Hello guys from Watching Time. Today I want to show you just quickly a vintage watch that I got in a blinded vintage watch box. I think it's a pretty interesting piece. It actually had, when I got it, this attached to the watch, so I actually had to cut it off. So it makes me think that it was a sort of news but never worn Zenith. So we are going to discuss a little bit about it. I think it's a quite interesting piece. The watch seems to be new. It has really almost no scratches or damage for its age. It looks in pretty good state, as you can see. Even the bracelet, which is 100% original from the piece, it looks excellent in condition. Just a very small scratches on this side of the case, but very little. I think this is a wonderful watch from the mid-70s. If I am correct, this type of watches that were the Zenith Defy were produced around 1975, 1978. So this piece it's definitely should have been made during that period. It was also called the Zenith Defy Surf because of the shape that the case had, that it looks a little bit kind of a board, maybe a little bit more of a skateboard, but it was at that time known also with the nickname of Surf. And as you can see, it has a very particular case shape. It's an octagon, as you can see, and it has 8 sides to it. But at the same time, it has these curves and these protective sleeves, let's call it, that go over the bracelet, that actually renders the watch quite unique and particular also for the time. So as you can see, the color dial, it's a dark gray sunburst dial. You have all these opaque matte stainless steel bracelets and definitions. The crown is branded by Zenith, so it's the original crown. And then you have this very particular case that was predominantly used by Zenith during the 70s. I'm gonna show you. It's a little bit how it opens. It's almost like a woman's bracelet in how it closes and how it opens. So it goes inside of these 2 sleeves, and as you can see, the watch is in perfect state. Serial number, Surf stainless steel. On the back, the case has only very small locks, so actually if you see the bracelet, you have no points to adjust the bracelet. And at the start I was bringing myself out how to adjust these bracelets, and then I found out that when you move that's it. You see, you can actually see underneath, it's actually covered, that it has a very small pin that you have to go in both sides at the same time in order for it to come out. I think it's quite ingenious, to say the least, but at the same time it was quite difficult to get it out. I had to use a special tool for that. But it's fantastic to see in the 70s they were already doing this type of quality of bracelets. It's really comfortable, and then at the same time it has this technology to conceal the pins that I think it's fantastic. I wish we have some watches that present this type of mechanism also during these days. The shape that it has, it's unique, quite of oval, but at the same time with a straight, cutting edges. So it renders the watch, it seems big, and it also has a big presence, but it's only a 38 millimeters diameter, and it's around almost 50 on the from lug to lug. So that's where you see the size. A wonderful vintage piece that it's almost as new. So you are I was quite lucky to find this watch inside of the box, and I will be enjoying also wearing it because it gives you all the vintage nostalgia. At the same time, it gives you a watch that it's essentially new, and it's working perfectly and keeping a perfect time also. The mechanism that the Defy and the Zenith was using during that period, they were excellent mechanisms. In this particular watch, if I'm correct, the movement that was used was the Zenith caliber 2572 PC, and it actually have 28,000 beats per hour, so it's like others. And a pretty interesting things that I found is that actually the date, you change it in the second position, and the hour is changing the first position, which is totally the contrary of what we usually do with the watches nowadays. Furthermore, the crown is a screw down crown, so it gives further, let's say, protection against water resistance. And the Luminova that this watch has also, considering the age of it, it's still working pretty good. You don't see it very well on the light here, but it's still working pretty good in the hour and the second hand. So here you go, guys. I think this is an excellent vintage piece, and it's interesting to have it overlooked. See you next time. Bye bye.